Down. Loneliness corrodes like acid fluid. Sinking while you're playing happy tunes. Struggling to make another move. Nothing seems to put you in the mood. Smoking to forget you got the blues. People seem as shallow as a wound. Never thought that this would be the truth. Sadness spreads in you like the flu. Tears soak a pillow full of sea salt. You were once the bus to the bee hut. Really seems you lost what you need most. Time alone is harder than a beach rock. Have another coin toss. Cash all your chips up. Break all you built up. Fill the space with liquor. Life is a teacher. Sometimes we can't keep up. Right now you won't give up. You're someone let that beat up. You are made tough. Show them what you made up. Breathe deep, chill up. Live up. Live up, no follow. Live up, no follow. Move with your soul. Move with your soul. Learn what they say. Live up, no follow. No matter what they say. Move with your soul. Live up, no follow. We always live up my road. Stick my neck out to get close. Trust my gut, then follow. Instincts never let me go. I've come to terms with my goals. Spit more truth in my posts. Say real things through my jokes. Down more calls to my folks. Put that hate talk on hold. Cause in my world, go eat post. We all get roast. Learning these ropes, these winding roots. We walk alone. Some brave fools, some let go. I hope you never lose your goals. Smoothies never made a pro. Only chances get a score. Cross the beach to reach the shore. Every moment begs for more. Obstacles into the goal. Easy things come then go. Don't get used to a plateau. Life's a breeze, slide the door. Life's a dance, hit the floor. Life's a class, see it through. Get your dues, nail your cues. What's to lose? Grab the bull. Sacrifice gives you skill. If you don't, someone will. Make your move, don't keep still. Hold your guns, shoot it, kill. Live up, no follow. Live up, no follow. Move with your soul. Move with your soul. Learn what they say. Live up, no follow. No matter what they say. Move with your soul. Live up, no follow.
Do not fear! Saf is here, and this is Saf Buxy from Saf Surgery, and we are in total collaboration with Spiritually Gone Wild and Love Academy. Love Academy? No, Love Coach Academy. I'm your host, Inspirational People and Inspirational Stories. And the aim of this show is to interview inspiring, beautiful people who've either been successful in their field or have inspired others in some form. And today's guest, hoo-ha! Ferocious. Today's guest, ferocious, is Toya Delazy. Let me tell you about Toya. Toya is a bold and visionary artist, offering up to the truly 21st century sound, draws from her South African heritage. She is a Zulu princess, great-granddaughter of Princess Magogo, driven by a fearless, independent spirit and irrepressible passion for music. This woman can rap. This woman can sing. She's an inspiration to those who seek forge their identity. This outspoken artist stands as an icon. She is from South Africa, living in London. She is the one and only Toya Delazy on the show. Where you at, Toya?
What? What's up?
What's
How
up?
you doing?
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? I got this feeling on my body. Yeah, I got this feeling on my body that my Toya is there in front of me right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's the energy.
God.
It's the buzz.
The energy, man. It's the vibrations. It's the vibrations. I haven't seen you, Toya, and I was trying to. We were talking off air, weren't we? It must be. It must be 6-7 years. It must be 7 years.
Yeah.
It's got to be, innit?
Yeah. Geez, time flies, eh?
Time flies. And I'll tell you where it was. It was in the middle of London. Yeah, and we were in a bar. and we were
Yeah.
drinking and chilling, and it was cool. You, me, Ali, yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was time just flies, man. But look, welcome,
Sure.
welcome to the show, man. It's just and welcome to all your fans. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
all listening and watching today. So I'm just happy, man. That song that we just played,
Yeah.
uh, what's that about, man? Because that was proper gangster, man. I love that.
Yeah. Live up, no follow. Hey, man.
Live
Like,
up and follow. Love it,
no,
man.
live up, no follow.
No follow,
So,
no follow. That's like
no
don't
follow.
follow someone.
Gotta
Don't follow
follow.
the sheep.
Yeah. Sheeple. No
Yeah,
sheeple.
no sheeple. So what was your
Yeah.
thinking behind that? Because you're quite outspoken,
um.
and when you do your music, man, it always means something, and I know that means something to you.
Yeah.
What's that mean to you?
So the song was about being alone, basically. I was confronting how I felt, like feeling like nothing's moving. Um, I think I just moved to the UK and kind of like starting afresh and rebuilding. And you get those times where, you've just come to this new place now. You don't know anybody. You feel alone. You start wondering, am I doing the right thing? You've left your home. I mean, it was quite a jump for me to leave South Africa and leave everybody I know and everything that I'm familiar with
Hmm.
to chase this dream and to be the artist that I'm pushing for. Guess I feel like I'm still growing. So
We're
that's
always,
what the song is about.
we're always
Like,
growing, but you're just awesome. I mean, your vibe is different than anything else I've ever heard. It's a mixture of so many things. I mean,
oh
I
yeah,
don't know what genre I could put it in because it's a bit of hip hop, bit of rap, bit of soul, bit of indie, bit of I don't know, a bit of culture. It's got everything, man. It's got
yeah,
everything, and like you can't say that about every artist.
yeah. Sonically, I've just grown through so many things, like, but I love mixing different sounds together. So like I call it, there's the side of me which is jep, like jazz electro hip hop, because I'm a pianist as well, jazz trained.
Mm,
And I honestly, I got into music after like watching, after seeing Sister Act, for example, because I was very, very young when I started. And the first time I saw people mix hip hop with kind of like, um, Christianity, or I don't know, we weren't allowed to watch other things where I was from.
yeah,
We weren't allowed to watch secular music, but the only thing I saw was Sister Act and seeing Lauryn Hill mixing the hip hop. And I played keys. So I was like, okay, if she can do this, they rap, they sing, maybe I can also do the same. That's where it started. So I've got that side of me, the pop, the song you just listened to, and then I've got this other side of me, which is Afro rave, and that is just like Africa raving,
yeah.
big
I mean,
drums, fast rap, like, and it's a fight. It's like a purge. It's like that
yeah.
sort of music, like, yeah, you gotta hear
I
it.
mean, you inspire a lot of people's and you're quite people know you in South Africa, right? And I know people know you in South Africa because I got a lot of South African friends, and they're so excited to have you and to see you on the show tonight. So why didn't you keep on doing your art in South Africa? What made you came to the UK? Is it something that you wanted to come to the UK audience to get the UK audience on your side, or because you were doing all right in South Africa, I think?
Yeah, well, so basically, I felt like I'd hit the ceiling, to be fair, like starting to feel like a big fish. And once you've done all the scene, you've collected the awards and the accolades, and it's so easy to start feeling comfortable. And
Yeah,
I felt like at that time I was 20, I was like young. I had a penthouse by the beach. Like it felt everything was there that I wanted. But then somehow deep down inside, I was like, this can't be it. Like I felt there was so much more. Like when I look at the whole world and where I was like, I don't think I need to be limited to just being in South Africa. I felt like there was more I needed to experience. So I left just to spice up my, how can I put it? I didn't leave. I just decided to travel and see what
mm,
other people are doing and find myself again sonically, because also, being signed, like your label can really direct you to be a certain person. And when you're not in that way, it's like, I don't know, it just, I don't know. It feels like it's limiting. it became a bit limiting, and I couldn't express, like, as you've just said, like, I've got so much, my sonic range is like, it's so large, and it's only because I've allowed myself to travel and speak about different things and not just be stuck on one topic just because, I don't know, people get stuck. So I
love
decided to
that.
keep moving.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that, man. I love that. And when I hear your music, you're a special breed, and that's why I'm so happy to have you here. But let's go back when you were like when you were a youngster and you
Yeah.
were growing up in South Africa. What was that like? Because you didn't come from the you came from humble beginnings, right? Whatever you didn't, because you were born into a good family, right? You were. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? I know you don't want to. This is all about music mainly, but whatever you want to say regarding your heritage, I'm sure people would like to hear a
Um,
little bit.
yeah. I was born into the Zulu kingdom, basically, if I could put it that way. And yeah, I mean, when I think of where I am now and where I started, I mean, we were in the countryside still, um, and very conservative, if you could put it that way. So I come from a conservative family, um, living in Mahlabatini, very traditional. I went to hostel from a very young age, from the age of like 6. I was already like in convent school. So yeah, it was because my family also is in politics. It was a crazy time for me to to be part of this family during a time where South Africa was going through. It was just like after Nelson Mandela was released, so just when the civil war started to die down a bit and we're getting our democracy. So it was a different time. I mean, I feel like South Africa's moved on a lot, but back then things were dangerous for my family. And I never knew actually who we were because like we never spoke about it. And only when I was out there in the world I realized, I was like, oh my God, um, these are such powerful people. Like my great grandmother, her being the first indigenous composer in Africa that was recorded, she's definitely my inspiration because she broke gender roles by becoming a praise singer. Usually the role was reserved for men. So she used to play this instrument called dugubu. You kind of put it on your tit, on your breast.
Was it Godu Bubu? What's that? Is that like is it Go was that a drum? Is it like a drum or something?
It's like a carved out butternut with like one string, and you kind of tap on it, and as you tap on it, it's got like different sounds. And she would like basically recite our history through these songs. When I think about it now, I'm just like, wow. Some people think that Black people don't have a history, or we don't. I don't know. They just think it only started with slavery. They don't know that there's so much more. So having her and her bravery to still keep going, even though they said no, only men are allowed to do this. So she decided to do that, and she used music as a weapon per se. So I think coming from such strong women definitely played a role in me making such huge jumps and really, at the end of the day, going for what I want. I mean, it's not always easy. I mean, look at the situation right now with this COVID. Everything's gotten cancelled. We all just like, trying to figure it out, like putting one foot in front of the other. Um, but nothing is in vain. Like I look back at it and I'm like, nothing's in vain. Either way, even if the world were to end today, I'm glad that each and every day I've pushed for something I believe in. I've lived. I'm living. Let me rather say I'm living. It's not over, but like it makes you feel better than being in a safe space and not really going for what your heart really, really wants. So I think I come from a family. I definitely come from a family that has always gone like they're strong when it comes to doing things for people, Black liberation, empowering. Yeah, I'd say that's what I can say about my family.
Yeah, and I think that's what I can say about you because you represent in all forms and you represent through music as well, which is it's just incredible. But Do you remember what it was like for your family living through the apartheid? Because was that really tough for you guys? Because obviously you're still from the royal Zulu status, but yet it was still very hard for you guys, right?
Well, I was like 4 years old,
Yeah,
so I was really young. Um, we are called the born free generation, like we didn't experience it as hard as our parents did. So I can't really talk much about that. Things I talk about are I as I'm patching my not patching or building my identity now, things that I'm passionate about is allowing people to be whatever they are and whoever they are. So that's what comes across strongly in my music. Maybe we're not fighting apartheid, but I believe that like humans are limiting in a way. They always want to tell people how to be. And I think that when you do that to someone, you're actually diverting them off their path of,
Hmm.
of who they're meant to be. I think of it as this, like people, it's like having a car. You have to use every part of it, otherwise the car's not going to move. So no matter how you look, whether you're fat, thin, skinny, skinny, gay, black, white, whatever, I try to empower people to see this as exactly who they're meant to be. Because I feel like once you find that alignment, you become everything that you need to be. At the end of the day, yeah, that's what I
There
think.
was there was an article that I think the Independent newspaper in London, in England, interviewed you, and the caption said, "As a queer black woman, I had to educate myself about my identity." I absolutely love that. As a queer black woman, I had to educate myself about my identity. What did you mean by
Yeah.
that?
Well, history is written from a very white perspective, you know. Where, as I said, like often when we speak about our history, we always see it from a point of slavery and forget that, oh my goodness, I mean, long before that, we existed. We built cities. We were industrious before the colonization and all those things. And I think with the colonizations, we lost big chunks of our history and who we were before that happened. Uh, Losing African spirituality, something that I started going back to. So I started accepting every aspect of myself, and I understood that it's actually existed within our history. And
Mm,
maybe some people come see, everything is seen through a religious lens, especially in colonized countries. I don't know. Religion was very important to when it came to winning the people over and changing them and making sure that they follow the ways that they that the colonizers prescribed for them. It was
mm.
a very important tool. So I've been going back to like finding out more about my own spirituality. Um, yeah, spirituality, putting together my identity as an it's all about acceptance. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know how to put it really.
Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
see, because I know that I know, like, I've got Indian heritage, and I know different faiths and different cultures.
yeah,
There is a bit of a stigma or taboo attached to mental health in our cultures, to addiction,
yeah.
um, to uh, LGBTQ preference. Did you have that? Was it hard for you when you came out? Or when did you come out, and how did people take it? How did family take it? Did they support you, or was there a backlash?
No, I've just always been myself. I mean, I don't believe people need to come out. I mean, when do you hear a heterosexual saying, "Hey, I'm
Yeah,
straight"?
I'm straight. Yeah, yo, yeah,
What
I'm
do you
straight. Yeah,
do?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's you know what? The journey of self-acceptance is it's a long one, and it definitely goes hand in hand with mental health. If honestly, this is what I found, because I also had to do a lot of inner work, healing my inner child, and I've been doing a lot of spiritual work, and I had to get to the point where I understood that it's not about everybody else. At this point in time, it's about me being aligned with my own self and with my purpose. And if I don't accept that, I will never achieve the mission that I'm here for. I feel like we're all here for a reason. We reincarnate for a reason. I mean, we woke up, we're breathing for a reason. So
Mm.
I just take those things as a sign. Like, people will talk and try and navigate you and divert you from following your path, but we just have to accept that we're not mistakes. So I think it comes from me accepting myself. Then, instead of making it an issue,
Mm.
then everyone around you as well just sees, okay, this person is who they are. There's really not much of a conversation. I'm very happy to be surrounded by people like that. I
Yeah.
know some families it can be really, really hard. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at because I know people from the Indian culture, and their sexuality has
yeah.
not been accepted, and it's so sad. It really is. But
Okay. Is it harder,
yeah,
would you say, in Indian culture?
it's very hard. Yeah, I mean, people. It's quite sad how people react. It really is, and it's not just with that. It's in mental health as well, and with addiction.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's in a lot of things, and it's a shame. It's a shame, but that's
yeah,
why I do. That's why I do the shows that I do to want to
yeah,
educate people,
yeah,
to accept everyone for who they are, because we shouldn't have to be, as you rightly say. I'm coming out. I'm straight. I'm coming out. I'm this. We shouldn't have to. It is what it is. This is how we are. This is what we do. This
yeah,
is us, and this is
yeah,
you, and that's what I love. I love everything about what you represent. And one thing I do love as well is the different kind of hairstyles you do, man. You got,
yeah.
oh, I love that. I've seen your hair. I think when I met you last time, it was like you had it was amazing. What what gives you? I mean, where do you get the ideas from? Because it's always different. You always, I mean, in your videos as well. I love it.
You know what? Like, I use my body as a canvas to, like, that expresses how I feel. So it's just, I just think of it. I just do what I feel and what makes me happy. I really don't have a big philosophical way of saying it. It's just honestly the way I feel is within. I show it without using clothing, and I love
Mm,
colors.
mm.
Coming from the Zulus are very colorful as well. Beadwork. So I just mix, bro. Like, seriously, I think I just mix everything. If it makes me feel good, I try it. Yeah,
It's lovely because I mean, guys, please watch Toya's videos, man. They're just amazing, and her voice and everything you do. So you talked about, is it your great grandmother who inspired you? Is it your great grandmother you were mentioning?
yes.
In terms of in the music world, who are your inspirations? You mentioned Lauryn Hill. Anyone else?
Ah, Kurt Cobain, why not?
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
my scope is big. Kings of Leon, uh, jeez, Nina Simone,
Wow.
love
So
Nina Simone.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's it's a lot of people. It's a
there's
lot of people.
um
Yes, Debussy. Yeah,
there's one of your tunes that I mean, I like all your tunes because they're so different. But there's one of your tunes called "Pump It On,"
yeah.
right? And you are cooking with gas on that tune. That is just it's just beautiful. And
Yeah.
could you tell me where that inspiration came for that tune and everything about and what you're trying to say in that tune? Pump it
Okay.
on.
So 2000 and yeah, I just lost my mother, and when you're going through those really bad dips, and you're like, I got to the point where I was just sick of being sad, and that's how those words came out. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I need to do. Why live to die when you can live to soar? If they don't love me, they don't love me. But I'm choosing now to live my life, and it was honestly a letter of encouragement. Like, yo, you can do this. Come on, everybody, pump it on. So that's how that song came about. And within the sadness, it's like I learned the stoicness. Like, going through horrible situations, you can either let them eat you and you stop living, or you can let them empower you and change you. And that for me, that was that song. That was life is beautiful still, like it's endless, it's moving. Sometimes might not be as good, but always remember that the good times will also come. It's not like positivity. I read something that said positivity is not that you're happy all the time. It's that even though you're unhappy sometimes, you know that the good times will still come. So it comes from that. Like, we gotta live.
Wow. Hmm.
We gotta we gotta keep going.
When
That's
when your
yeah.
when your mother passed away, um, that must be very hard for you, but you still kept going, and it seems like you were on another mission all of a sudden. It's
Yeah.
like it's this sad loss, sort of like it's like you wanted to do something. It's like it was like a catalyst for you to go to the next level.
Yeah, it was, it was a shock, I look back at it now, and I'm surprised that I'm here. Yeah. Really, it's not something easy. Um and that's what inspired me to really do music. This is what I do it for. It's not just for fame. Music is healing, and it can change, it can help you, it can really pull you out of extremely dark spaces. And this is what I hope for my music. Yes, I mean, I definitely want to make it have a Billboard chart at some point, but I hope when I do that, it will be a message that will also carry other people and help
Mm,
them. Something that we not just like, hey, it's the Bundu song, whatever.
mm, mm.
Yeah, I just want to raise vibration. It's helped me so much. Saf, honestly, if it wasn't for music, I don't know where I'd be. It's helped me in the darkest spaces. And you talk about mental health, like it's a form of therapy for me. And as you say, with our cultures, like, we don't take this seriously. I had to start taking that seriously and seeing a therapist, and you know, healing and finding out more about myself, like what spirituality really is, and discovering that was like, wow. I was just like, humans are so incredible. Like, we got chakras. You can align this. You can balance yourself. There's so much we don't know, and instead, sometimes we just push towards doctors or towards medicine, and
Mm.
they don't teach us certain things, which are very important. Um, yeah, I'm talking about meditation as if it's
You talk
like,
about yoga and meditation. I love all that. I love all that. I better get my daughter up because she loves all that. She does all that kind of stuff going on with
yeah,
balancing and
alignment, peace and alignment. Yeah, I found that.
was that
But
the yeah, sorry, go on, Toya.
no, you got
Was
this.
that the
Um,
saddest, was that the darkest period of your life when your mother passed away?
oh, there's been so many more. I mean, basically, yeah, it just things just kept happening. Then I lost my dad. Then last year I lost my gran. Um, I don't want to talk about it like it's sad, but I just want people to know, like, things happen, and like, I could be a miserable little fart if I wanted to, and I could be blaming life, but we need to always know that it will be better, and not hang on, because also lots of beautiful things have happened besides the sadness. Lots of beautiful things
Mm.
have happened as well. So I'm just navigating through life. Like, when people ask me like questions like this, sometimes I don't feel like I've got the best answers, because for me it's just been the way it is. If you fall, you dust yourself off, you carry on going.
That's a great attitude. That really is, and that's a lesson for everyone. Just keep on going, because what you're going to do, unfortunately, you can't change certain things, and what keeps you going is your music. It's your music. It's your love for the music, and it's not just the music. It's you just want to. It's healing for you, and you want to heal others through your music, and that's just
Yeah,
beautiful.
quite so. It becomes a vocation more than just a job.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is what makes you want to go. That makes you want to go out, different countries, see the world, and share something. It really feels like sharing something.
And that's what you do. You share through your music. Um, there's another tune I want to talk about. My City.
Yeah,
That's a funky tune, man. That was like
yeah.
pow pow. That was like bang in your face. Which city are you talking about? Is it any city?
Well, that's when I was talking about Durban. Moving from the countryside, coming to the city the first time, I'm starting to see goths, punks. I'm playing music in pubs. Like everything's different. It's away from this conservative lifestyle I've known all my life. So when the city liberated me, people, different sorts of people, more queer people. Representation is so important. You can't
Mm.
be what you cannot see. So the city was this place that brought everything together, and I was just like, "Hey, I love my city."
Mm.
Song to the cities. So now London's my city. It's also cool.
London's your city. You're South London, right? Is it South London? You still in South?
No, east.
Oh, in East
Got
London.
real, yeah, keeping it real.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all the funky people in.
yeah, man. I bet you can't guess what my favorite Toya Delazy song is. It's not the
Okay,
ones you've mentioned, even though I
yeah.
love it.
Huh?
Go on, man. Make a guess. I,
Um,
I, in fact, I love this. I love it, and I love the video as well. I think it's just out of this world.
Punani.
Funani, man. That
Yes, Punani.
that that is my and I wanted to play that at the beginning, but the
Oh
reason
yeah,
why I didn't because I wanted the audience to hear your different variation of your voice, which is more the tune I played, and Funani was just. But that is my favorite. Everything about that tune is just proper. So what does
yeah.
that mean? Tell me what that means. This is for my own. What does Funani mean? What is that? What are you trying to
Oh,
represent in that one?
Punani. It means, what do you want? What do
Right.
you want? That's who. Like that song was basically like when you have you ever asked yourself, like, who are you when everything else is stripped away? Who are you, and what do you?
Mm.
That's what that song is.
What asking yourself like, what's up? What are you gonna do with yourself?
No,
Yeah,
like
like that.
tell them what you're all about. So Bakombi Sutumengan is like, yeah, show them, be what you want to be. I just want to
Mm,
tell people to be what they want to be, because honestly, sheeple is not a joke. Like people are stuck. People are stuck, afraid to do things. Like I'm so proud of you for getting out and doing this. Like so many people talk about what they want to do, but not many
mm,
people do it. So
mm,
Afro Rave was also quite adventurous because it's a mix of English and Zulu, but like
mm.
putting it together, like the synthesis, it feels like it's an identity of its own. Um,
It's incredible. It's my favorite, and guys,
yeah,
watch it. It's called Funani. You can get it on YouTube. You get it on SoundCloud. It's just spotty. It's just amazing, and it's just beautiful. And as you said, I think when we met, I was still in active addiction.
yeah,
Um, hence we met in the bar and stuff. And yeah, I have changed in 7 years, and I think Funani would be a tune
4 years.
that would.
I think it's 4 years, huh? 7,
No,
it's too long, bro.
it's well. Basically, it can't be 4 years. Then you know what? Then I reckon it's 5 years. Then
Yeah, 5 years, perhaps. Yeah,
5.5 years.
yeah.
Because
Time flies,
I
but
yeah, 5.5 years. 5.5.
sorry, yeah,
Getting close. I think it'd be I think it'd be about 5.5 years. But so I was in active addiction there because I've been sober for 4 years now, and then about a year before that, a year and a half, I think I saw you. So you're
yeah,
right, man. It's I think if it's all in the mind, it's all in the spirituality. It's all about what you feel here, and it's what you feel in your core.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're all about, man. It's just lovely. So look, what's your plan? Next 5 years, where do you want to be? What do you want to do next 5 years?
Well,
What's the future for Toya?
well, who knows the future? Right now, I'm taking it one step at a time. I'm surviving COVID. uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Coming online, I want to um, create. Sorry,
Huh?
I want to take the Afro Rave movement and start traveling the world. I mean, when we can, we're traveling a bit now. So it's all about doing that. I want to record kids. I want to buy a home. First, I need to decide where I want to live. But yeah, once
Where
the
do you want to live? London, South Africa, Europe?
I don't know yet. That's the question. It's like now, after I've seen all of this, which is home?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I don't know, man. It's a loaded question, the 5 year plan. But definitely, yeah, want to be. I want to be touring like proper, getting my Afro Rave show out there. I want to show
Hmm.
my culture and share it with the world.
Definitely. We know my favorite tune of yours. What's your favorite tune of yours, if you have one?
Oh, I love them all, but right now I dropped one called Kawe. In that
Yeah,
Kawe.
I've got that.
Yeah,
I've got that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's that
yeah,
about then? Is that a Zulu tune? Was it a bit of
yeah,
everything in that?
yeah. But it's Afro rave. So
Mm.
basically, I just rap in Zulu. But I'm speaking like the older Zulu. It's not like everybody that speaks it.
Mm.
So, and it's just like poetry. And once again, those songs, all the words are about empowerment. You know, like empowering kids, empowering girls, women, and yeah, just trying to give people that, you know, that kick in the chest, not a kick in the chest, but like that feeling that makes you feel alive. So I could rap it for you, but yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Go on, man. Let's hear you. Let's hear some live rapping.
Kapela wengeste ngijiki ujeqe impilo ileke babuka ngefaste sifike nomshane zibize phandle harambe ngibambe abantu baphambe ezukomcame balela balalele mina ngiyazicathela dala sinyathele.
Woo! Wow.
I'm now.
You're cooking with gas, man. That was dope. That was dope, man. That was dope. God,
Yeah,
like,
cool.
God, yeah, man. Give me some tunes. Give me some more, man. I love all that. We could go on all session like that. But I guess
Ah,
everyone can. There-
good.
Who's that? Is that Ali? Is that Ali there?
The whole family's dancing
Oh, the whole
outside.
family. Well, give us some
Yeah,
more, man. No, but
yeah.
it's been
I'll give you guys a proper show. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So have you obviously we got COVID at the moment. You got any shows potentially lined up this year?
Yeah, for sure. I've just had a few. I did Moss for Africa. Like most of the shows right now are like fundraising. Did Moss for Africa. Sometimes I just perform on the fly for my fans because I've got my whole system connected.
Hmm.
And it sounds really good. So I do something for them. I did something for Medium Music.
Okay. Hmm.
It's like this music conference that happens in Cannes, and basically all artists go there, and you can just meet everybody. So everything was digitized. So yeah, so far
I've got a
I
potential
still
gig.
performing. I also did South Africa Day,
Mm,
which is pretty cool. Everything's online now, so yeah, it's
eh,
all
eh,
about getting skills on point online. Yeah, and moving with the times.
yeah, yeah.
I'm, I'm
Anything in the UK?
sorry. Yeah.
Anything coming up in the UK? Any venues? Could you? Where did you? How do you invite me to something? Did you perform Brixton once? Was it in Brixton a few years
Yeah,
ago or not?
yeah. I
I
did.
remember you performed.
I performed Lambeth Country Show.
Lambeth, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Who's that? Is that Ali walking behind you?
No.
Someone, someone else. So okay, that's great, man. So anything lined up for the UK this year?
Well, yeah, there are some shows which I can't announce yet. They've told me that I'm not
Yeah,
allowed to announce. But yeah, definitely. Everything else has been pulled, but the shows like festivals like El Dorado Festival, it's been moved to next year. So I'm looking forward to do that because I've got an entire team and they dance and we perform and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't wait to be doing that again.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to come and see you live, and I can't wait to have you back in the UK again.
Yeah.
You're a true inspiration from where you've come from with the darkness that you've had and the positivity and the attitude that you've got. It's just remarkable. But what comes with that, Toya, is your humility. You're
Yeah.
you're so humble and and but you're so in your face, but in such a positive way. I love you, man. I
Oh,
love you, and it's been a great pleasure, great pleasure having you on my show, and I'm definitely going to get you back on next year
okay.
sometime, and see how we can go on. If there's any last thoughts or any last words that you want to say, this is your chance.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all your listeners. Thank you for taking the time to check this out and looking forward to vibing with you guys live at some point. And yeah, we don't know what this is, but I can promise people we're gonna be fine. So I'm just trying to give you some encouragement. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna be
sending
good.
all the
Any,
people watching.
anything for your fans personally?
I love you guys. I'm dropping a new song tomorrow. Go check it out.
Ooh,
Boom.
can you tell us what it is or not yet?
Yeah, it's called. Go to Spotify tomorrow because yes, I need your support. It's called
Yeah.
Find Boy. It's about expectations,
Can,
reality
can you
versus expectation.
Can you give us a little taste of it?
No, Saf.
Can't you, can't,
Pushing
can't you
it.
give can't you give us a little beat? No, look, so what time is it out tomorrow in the UK?
Oh, it's from the morning. So
Morning,
from
yeah.
the morning will be out. Yeah.
What's it called again?
Find the boy. Find the boy.
Find the boy. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, man. All right, look, Toya, I'm so happy that you've come on, and thank you very much. And you are a true inspiration. And guys, this is inspirational people, inspirational stories, and we've heard a true inspirational story today. A woman who's got so much to offer and through her music, and I wish her all the very best. And I can't wait for the backstage passes as well. Don't forget me, forget me. But thank you very much, guys. This has been inspirational people, inspirational stories. We have another guest next week, of course, a guy called Stephen. But until then, God bless you, peace, and do not fear. Sap is here. See you
Hey,
later.
hey, peace.
Peace.